Hello, I'm Krista Gibson. Welcome back to Growing Older and Wiser. Today, I would like to talk about creativity. I am a big believer that we're all creative in our own ways, and the more we allow our creativity to develop and to grow and make it an integral part of our lives, the happier we're going to be. And I think this is even more true as we age. You know, most of us live or have lived very serious lives. You know, we work, we raise a family, we go to school, then we get involved in various studies, whether it's psychology or spirituality, and everything takes on this air of seriousness. And what I would like to propose, no matter what your age, is to bring more playfulness and more creativity into your life, because when you do that, you're going to discover that you have more joy. And your soul self, who's really in charge of this whole fiasco, loves creativity and loves to play. Now, for some people, it's really difficult because they were raised that they have to be really serious about everything, and it's a little hard for them. But if you start looking at some different forms of art or crafts or music, it's never too late, no matter your age, to get involved in something. And I know that many of you already are. And many of you, as they say, I'm preaching to the choir. But there's those of you that have avoided this. And you've said to yourself, oh, I can't draw. And I was one of those people for years. And I think one of the reasons was I had an older brother who did draw. And of course, anything I did was just no good compared to him. So of course, I can't draw. And years ago, I found out about rubber stamps. And I loved it because it was other people's art that I could stamp onto a surface, a card or whatever, and then I could color it in, use glitter and so on, and make it my own. And that became a creative outlet for me for a very long time. So much so that I actually opened a rubber stamp store thinking, oh boy, you know, going to take my hobby and live it. And how wonderful is that? Bad idea. Lost my hobby, lost the business, lost everything. So I guess what I'm getting at, that I'm not talking about doing something so you can make money at it. I find it really interesting. You know, I started drawing and I'll talk about this in a minute more, just started with a simple little sketchbook. Gosh, years ago. I'm surprised now when I looked, it was like 2016 or earlier. And I would do it like off and on, and then eventually it became more and more meaningful to me. And eventually, you know, I got involved with watercolor, and now I'm just adoring working with watercolor. And I've started posting some of them on my Facebook page because it's fun now to share them, and I don't judge myself. You know, are they good, bad, indifferent? I don't know, and I don't care. They're my expression of joy for myself that makes me feel good to do them, and then I get a second feel good by sharing them, even if there's people who are critical. What do I know and what do I care, right? But one of the first things that happened is somebody said, oh, you can start selling these, or oh, you should start a greeting card line. And I went inside, I went, no, Krista, you are not going to do that. You are not doing this to make money. You are doing this for the joy and the pleasure of it. And that's what I'm talking about. As we age, if we have already developed an interest in something creative, whether it's needlework or carpentry or woodworking, crochet, sewing, drawing, singing, a musical instrument, whatever, but something where we express our innate creativity in a joyful, happy way, no matter what anybody else thinks about it. The more of that we have done in our lives, then as we get older and perhaps are working less, maybe we've even retired, then we have this that brings us so much happiness and joy, and we have more time to develop it and to make art or make something or enjoy it in whatever way, and then share it with others or not. That's a personal choice. But one of the things I do want to mention that's one of the simplest ways that I found And I know many people who do this and many people who recommend it. And that is to start keeping a simple sketchbook. Now you're going to go, if you aren't artistic, you're going to go, no, I'm not going to do that. You can. You aren't creating masterpieces. The idea of a sketchbook is, at least to start, just sketch your life. You have no idea until you do it how powerful it is to link drawing something with your brain and your emotions. It is incredibly powerful, and there are many books written on the topic, but I had just never tried it until several years ago. You can start as simple as drawing your bowl of cereal or your toast. Draw your car going to the store, and it doesn't have to be good. What other people say is good, because it doesn't matter. Even now, some of the things I draw are just hilarious because they're so bad. They're so bad, they're good. But the point is making a pictorial journal of your life is so much fun. And the best fun is when you fill a whole sketchbook and then you go back and look at it. And you remember, I remember sitting at that table, looking at those trees outside, and I remember drawing them. And for me, I've learned that's even more memorable than if I had written about it, because I also keep a verbal journal. I don't write in it every day. I used to be meticulous about that. Now I write it when I feel like it, and when I feel I have something to say or to note. I try to sketch every day, and you don't have to have an expensive sketchbook. Any paper will do, any pen or pencil will do. If you want to get fancy, there's tons and tons of YouTubes about sketching, how to do it, how to not do it. But I'm telling you, all it involves is getting paper, pencil or pen, and start sketching your day. That can be your entry into an entire world of creativity. It opens your creativity muscles. If you don't already have some kind of creative outlet in your life, what I would like to suggest is that you allow yourself to explore the possibility of having one, whatever it is for you. It might be music. It could be music. It could be sewing, as I said. It could be many different things. So I'm not saying it has to be drawing or art. It doesn't. Anything, any way you have. Because what you're also doing is you are helping yourself be more creative in all aspects of your life. So as you face issues that come up as you age, whether it's health, family, emotional, spiritual, whatever, you will find yourself being able to reach deeper, that creative solutions will arise more easily and quickly because you've got that creative muscle going. Find a creative outlet for yourself, find what is your creative muscle, and start really paying attention to it, spending time with it, and start noticing how does that affect the rest of your life. I think you're going to be very pleasantly surprised. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you here next week.